Welcome to All Souls Enlightenment with Kaisa, spiritual coaching without the fluff.
Oh, man. All right. Now I'm going to get down to the get down and get serious. You talk to the animals? Okay, Dr. Doolittle, I hear you. That's awesome. Okay. Everybody, right now, I would like for you to take a deep breath in. Hold, please. Relax. Release. Exhale. Exhale some more. Let that settle in a little. We're going to try and tap in to our heart-mind space. Open to receive in Christos consciousness. Welcome, 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 all new members. And welcome new subscribers to my YouTube channel. Thank you all my faithful YouTube subscribers to the original YouTube channel. And the patience that you guys are having with me to be, it's like I have my irons in a lot of fires. You know, changing all of my channels and moving things around. So today we're going to discuss some topics that Source told me to do today and break it all down to simplify it to its simplest segment form. Okay? All right. Let's first look into these words. Universe, multiverse, the dimensional, the multidimensional. I know. The multi-dimension, the parallel universe. All right. The situation is this. When I asked first, what all these, it had come to me sometime in July of this year. And I don't know. I was doing something I can't remember. I can't remember past like the beginning of me going live here right now. So what can I say? But I put these things in recordings to chronicles or things of when I'm in meeting with Source. And it came to me what it all was about. And he said, save it for lecture. I said, okay. Well, today is that lecture night. So let's see what it's all about, shall we? If you have a pad and pen, it would be great. Remember, when I do my lectures, it's always good to have a pad and pencil so that you could write something down. So at the end, if you have any questions, you'll have them ready and you can type them in. So if anybody types any questions in the comments, I'm not going to pay attention to them at that specific time unless Source or Spirit says pay attention to that question right now. A lot of it is channeled. Even though I am reading, they'll bring in some more information. Okay? All right. Let's look at the word the universe. Now, when I first started doing this, I was like, it's not universe. It's the universe. It's the multiverse. The word the must introduce. It's like a command. So it just doesn't make sense without the thee. It's important to have the thee in the command control center. That was channeled. All right. Let's look at the definition of the universe. Okay. According to dictionary.com, the universe is defined as the totality known of supposed objects and phenomena throughout space. Cosmos, macrocosm, the whole world with reference to humanity. I'm going to read that again. The whole world with reference to humanity. It's a systematic, and now this is with Webster, a systematic whole held to arise by and persist through. Now I'm going to read that again. A systematic whole held to arise by and persist through. I'm hearing cosmic energy force. Okay, but I'm just reading the Webster dictionary. Okay, thank you. They were like, oh, continue. All right. The direct intervention of divine power. Now, this is in Webster's dictionary. I'm going to read that part again. Persist through the direct intervention of divine power. The world of human experience. The entire celestial cosmos. A distinct field or province of thought or reality that forms a closed system or a self-inclusive and independent organization. A set that contains all elements relevant to a particular discussion or problem. A great number or quantity. Now let that sit for a second. All right, here we go. Yes, wow is exactly right. Here we go. Here's the definition of the multiverse. A theoretical reality. A theoretical reality that includes a possibly infinite number of parallel universes. Okay. I'm going to read that one more time so that you guys can, take it in a little bit more, a little more in depth. The multiverse is a theoretical reality. So theoretically speaking, theory, okay, that includes a possibly, what are the possibilities? Infinite. There's no end. Number. There's no ending number of parallel universes. Okay. Here we go. Now, planet. Let's look into what a planet is, shall we? Any of the large bodies that revolve around the sun in the solar system. Okay. A similar body associated with a star. I'm going to repeat that part. A similar body associated with another star. The Earth. The Earth is a planet. Any of the 7 celestial bodies. Celestial bodies. Any of the 7 celestial bodies. The sun, the moon, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, and Saturn. That in ancient belief have motions. Now listen very carefully. In ancient belief have motions of their own among the fixed stars. Okay? A celestial body held to influence the fate of human beings. I'm going to let that sit for a second. Let that lag catch up. I'm going to repeat that one more time. A celestial body held to influence the fate, F-A-T-E, of human beings. Okay. A person or thing of great importance. Now, that's the definition of a plant. Of a plant. Just saying. That I mean, I'm looking at my notes, and that's the definition. Important. How about that for the human beings? All right. Now, let's go back to the beginning. All right. I'm going to take the time to break it down to you, the unseen, the deciphered code definition. Ready? Here we go. The universe is a structure. Now listen very carefully. This is the channeled definition of the same words that I just read to you, that was defined by Webster's dictionary. Okay? All right. So the universe is a structure created to execute the orders of the divine plan from God source consciousness. Okay? That's the universe. All right. The multiverse is comprised of the many. Okay? The dimensional is the faceted breakdown of the multiverse. Did you get that? Right? The multi-dimension is comprised of the many. The parallel universe is the multifaceted functionality of all. An example, everything happening all at once. Now I'm going to let that sit in for a little. All right, here we go. Let's get going. Let's look into, now that we have defined everything, let's look into their functionality. Shall we? Okay. The universe orchestrates the end result, aka the divine plan. So, the universe, let's go back a little. The universe is a structure created to execute the orders of the divine plan from God's source consciousness. It orchestrates the end result. It orchestrates it. It orchestrates it. The end result, also known as the divine plan. Okay. The multiverse has many orders that must be executed. I repeat myself. The multiverse has many orders that must be executed. Dimension. The dimension. Here we go. Are the segments of variables of those multiverse orders. Did you get that? The dimension. Think of the dimension. When people say, what dimension are you in? What does that mean? You are in a segment of the variables of the multiverse orders. Make sense? Did you get that? Okay, here we go. Multidimensional is the faceted interaction of those segmented variables. Is everyone okay and seeing me all right? Here we go. I'm going to repeat multidimensional one more time. Now remember, I am reading the functionality of these objects. Okay? Before, I read the definition of what they are according to the dictionary. Human dictionary. The next set were the channeled answers, definitions of those objects. Now I'm reading the functionality of said objects. All right. Multidimensional, one more time, is the faceted interaction of those segmented variables. Okay. Parallel dimension, functionality, is the construct of the multiverse. Did you get that? Okay. Parallel dimension is the construct of the multiverse. Okay. Parallel universe and its functionality. Here we go. The parallel universe is simply the reflection of the 3D earth realm of the etheric universe. So it's not on this side. The parallel universe, okay, is simply the reflection. I'm going to say it again. The parallel universe, does everyone remember? Parallel means something that runs side by side, even like this. Okay, that's, my hands are parallel to each other. Okay, this is perpendicular. This is diagonal to. And this is parallel. Okay, so if this is, if this is the etheric universe, this is the 3D realm universe. Okay, so the parallel universe is simply the reflection. You know, if you look at something, this does this, remember, mirror or whatever, of the 3D earth realm of the etheric universe. All right, here we go. Now remember, with all of that comes this. What question is posed now? Okay, Kaisa, Ava Kai, you've given us this explanation and you have given us the functionality. You've given us the channeled definition. Well, how is that? Help me. How does that work? I mean, to explain, here's the question. How does this relate to mankind and its humanity and humanism? Okay, here we go. All right. This is the channeled correlation in a nutshell of all there is. Okay? Here we go. Stick with me. Take notes. A human is born on a specific day with their sun planet coordinate. Okay? So if a person is born, I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm born in June on the 19th. That part of June is when the sun, my sun sign or zodiac sign, is Gemini. That would be my sun planet coordinate. Okay? Gemini. Now, let's look at the soul. A soul is created using elements of said planet, planetary energy. I'll repeat that. A soul is created using elements. Now, an element is a thing, like ingredients, but on a scientific level, okay? Of planetary energy. So my planet is Mercury. It's ruled by Mercury. My planet is Mercury. And it deals with communication and innovativeness and all kinds of other good things and creativeness and blah, blah, blah. So it also houses elements. Earth, wind, fire, water, blah, 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 blah. Right? So Mercury, the quickness of quicksilver. Okay? So that means this is why I can talk long, extensive periods of time. This is why, you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. The birth of a vessel. Now, some of you know what a vessel is, some of you do not. A vessel is what we call the human body because it transports us from point A to point B. Our etheric selves, our supreme beings. We control our little vessels. We go from here to there. This is why we're supposed to appreciate it. Okay? All right, here we go. So the birth of a vessel is comprised, made up of, the same sun planetary energy as the soul it will host. Did you catch that? Let me repeat that for you one more time. The birth, when a baby is born, of a vessel is comprised of the same sun planetary energy as the soul. The soul. Remember I said there are no souls in fetuses. Only souls come once a baby is born. Then the soul goes in. Okay. It will host. So the vessel, human body, hosts the soul. Right? That makes sense. Right? Okay. Here we go. A human now becomes a planet. Did you get that? What was the definition of a planet? The last one stated, a person or thing of great importance. Okay. Moving on. A human now becomes a planet with the bond to its original planetary element. I'm going to have to get comfortable again. Okay. Okay. With that being said, let's give an example. Human planet A revolves, goes around. Remember the planets, they go around the sun. Right? Okay, here we go. Revolves around human planet B. These are planets and how they shift and how they work and where they're going and all of that. They go all like this. Imagine that. This is human planet A and this is human planet B. Right? And they go like this. They're revolving around. Why? Think about it. About gravity, about the pull, how things work, temperatures, all of that stuff. Right? Okay. Here we go. Each supreme spiritual being sorry, hold on. I went the wrong way. Is created from God's source, light, L-I-G-H-T, force, energy. I'll repeat it. Here we go. Each supreme spiritual being is created from God, source, light, L-I-G-H-T, force, energy. Okay. With that knowledge and that being said, let's take it further. Therefore, here we go back to human planet A. Human planet A hosts, remember the hosts, okay, what it's holding, like a container, okay, what's in here? Let's just say, this is the container. This is us. These are our human. The container can hold the Supreme Being. This is the Supreme Being, and there it sits inside. That's what's inside the container, okay? So the human planet A hosts life, L-I-F-E, force, energy. So once it crosses over into the new 3D, this realm, it's no longer just light. It now becomes tangible. It becomes 3D. It becomes something that we can touch, feel, see. Okay? And it becomes life, force, energy. Also a structured matter. So what's the structured matter? The soul. The soul. The life, force, energy that has become the conversion from the light, L-I-G-H-T, force, energy. Okay? All right, here we go. Moving on. Each life force is programmed with a specific DNA light code. I'm going to repeat that. Each life force, each soul, okay, is programmed with a specific DNA light, L-I-G-H-T, code. In other words, purpose. So the DNA light, L-I-G-H-T, code is purpose. Every single thing created has purpose. It holds its own DNA light force code, its own structure, its own purpose, its own functionality, independent of anything else. This is why, with that being said, we are not allowed to be codependent on another because we are solely whole in our purpose. I'm going to repeat that. We are solely whole in our full whole purpose. There is no codependency upon another. For our existence, it's not required. Now, we're not referring to those that require physical help. You know, that's their story, that's their journey, that's what the situation is. Okay, that's their character role here. But when we're discussing codependency, we're talking about emotional codependency, where it becomes dysfunctional. A person is needy. People who kill themselves or commit suicide because somebody left them. They don't want to be in a relationship with them anymore. That kind of thing. All right, here we go. With that being said, each human holds purpose. Okay? So, each human holds the life force that is programmed with a specific DNA light code / purpose. All right, here we go. So every soul has purpose. Break it down. Since each light, L-I-G-H-T, life, L-I-F-E, force, energy, aka soul, contains its own value. Now, if you know, remember math and things of that things, what's the value? What is the subset? What holds? What does this represent? X represents blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm just bringing you back some so that you see. Yeah, were you paying attention in algebra class? All right, here we go. Since each light, life force, energy, aka soul, contains its own value and or purpose, it is a segment of the universe. Did you get that? It's a segment of the universe. Here we go. That simply translates to this. A human is its own planetary universe. Did you get that? Let me repeat myself one more time. All that translates into this, which becomes this. This human is its own planetary universe. I know tonight is a little deep, but it had to be done this evening. And the universe worked it so that the debate did not happen. Not tonight. The energies are not right for that. All right, here we go. If each human holds its own specific planetary DNA, light, life force, blueprint of universe, then a crowd of humans at an airport or grocery store, traffic, etc., breaks down to multiverse. Did you get that? I'll repeat it one more time. If each human holds its own specific planetary DNA, light, life, force, blueprint, and we all know what a blueprint is, of universe, then a crowd of humans at an airport, where a whole bunch of humans are, their own planetary universe. So it's a bunch. Okay, picture this. This a human, and this a human, right? This a planetary universe all by itself. This is a planetary universe, human planetary universe all to itself. Then that means they are doing this, right? They are multiverse. Okay. Moving on. It breaks down to a multiverse and an ever-evolving, revolving multiverse. Now, an ever-evolving, revolving, how do the planets work? Like this? Around each other? Remember I said that before, right? Around the sun and things of that nature. So it's ever shifting, ever changing. So now imagine all of this is happening within a being. This is the being going through all this within itself. So imagine on the earth, on its own planetary shifts, now everything is like all a kill. This is what's happening. Oh my God. Ups and downs, highs and lows. Why are some affected and some are not? Why you're told to ground yourself during high energy, earth energy spikes. Okay? To keep you grounded. Okay. All right, let's see. What's the next part? Moving on. Each human. Now, let's go back to the humanity. The man of it. The human of it. The tangibility of a being. Each human has free will. Each human has free will. Now, what does that mean in the mix of all this? Well, let's check that out and see. All right. What is free will? Let's add that to the definition and its functionality to all there is. Okay? Free will equals the variable. What's a variable? Simply put, it's a math term of possibilities. Simply put. So, free will is that variable. In the value, what's the value? Going back to math, what does X equal this? What representation of something more? So we're going to say X will represent this group of fish, and Y will represent this group of plants. Okay? So when we say that we're dealing with the variables, we could have 2 of these fish and 1 of these plants. 2 of the plants, 2 of the fish. Right? Now we're dealing with the variables of possibilities. So that should make sense a little bit more to break it down. Okay? All right, here we go. That's the value. Okay? So if I say X plus Y, I told you, I bet y'all wish you paid attention in algebra now. Oh, man. All right, here we go. X represents the amount, group of plants. Y represents the group of fish. So X plus Y. Now, if we're dealing with a whole mass, there's 5 fish and 6 plants. So X plus Y equals 11. Did you get that? Okay. And then if we wanted to pair them off, those are the variables of those values. So it would be X minus Y or X divided by 2 and all that stuff. Okay, I don't want to get too far in that. All right, here we go. Since free will is the variable in the value of the universe, this in turn translates to the dimensional. So the human free will converts or is equal to, or in this case, it could be perpendicular because it's multifaceted, right? So like a diamond has many facets. That's the way the dimension works, right? So you say the dimensional has many sides. Okay. If each human holds a place value of dimension, remember the dimension? Let me go back and read that for you. Each one holds the dimension. A dimension is the segments of variables of those multiverse orders. Okay? Remember that. Okay. So if each human holds the value, the place value of dimension, aka and or multi-orders, the orders, okay, that have been given originally from God, source, consciousness. Okay? Here we go. If each human holds that, then a bus stop holds the multi-dimensional value. Okay? Each being holds the dimension value. So if there's George, Mary, and Drew are at the bus stop, then now you have multi-dimensional beings. Oh. That's how they're held there. Their value as multi-dimensional beings. All right, here we go. Now, let's make it even deeper. You know, I always say go deeper. Here we go. The Earth realm is comprised of billions of humans / human planets. All coexisting. This one lives, that one lives. This one interacts with another. This one takes the change at the store. It's all interaction, coexisting, simultaneously. So it's not like one must be up, one must be down. No, two humans can be awake at the same time. Two humans can be sleeping at the same time. Two humans can be working at the same time, and so on and so on. And there we go with those variables. Okay, here we go. With all of that being said, this is called the parallel universe. We have now reached parallel universe. This person and this person. This person is a planetary universe by itself. This person is a planetary universe by itself. They're right there together. Are they not standing there having a conversation? So, now I'm going to take it deeper. I hope I don't lose myself because they're channeling way faster than I can keep up with this. Work with me here. So, human, planet A, human, planet B, human, planet A, universe, human, planet B, universe. This is how they're revolving around each other. Now, they're learning from one another, engaging. This is evolving as they revolve around one another. So that's like AI, okay? And you're learning and you're receiving code structures from each other. Now, when a person doesn't like another person, it's because they don't share any of the same information. They don't share any of the same purpose. So they're not supposed to they're not supposed to work together. They're not supposed to be together. So this is how we get karmic relationships. Now we're getting down to all of that. This is why we're drawing in our soul family, our soul groups, from the planetary structure of DNA blueprint that each of us carry from within, constructed and or comprised of elements. Did you get that? I hope so. So, now, this is imperative when we deal in law of attraction. Now, here we go. If the polarity of the planetary being, human planet A and human planet B, don't share, if they have repelling things in their, like fire and ice, that's never going to work. It's never going to work, ever. One will always be drowned out by the other. And then you cannot have two fires together. They're just going to feed each other's energy. That will either be volatile or it will work. Now, the reason why I say that is because it's according to their zodiac chart. Okay, their natal chart. Where were the other planets at the time of the human birth? This is what sets the balance within each of their planetary code structure and DNA blueprint. Okay? Okay. Let me finish some more now. Here we go. All things, all timelines happening at once. And this is the parallel universe. So when people are saying in time construct, okay? People in time construct, this means that, okay, this is happening in 2000. And that is happening in another. Because this is an illusionary created matrix, then there is no definition of time. If something is constantly moving, and I'm hearing at the speed of light, it can never catch up to itself unless it holds its own structure. So it's going like this. Okay, I'm with this one. And they have like this one and this one. So imagine this is time. So when someone says, hey, you're not on the same page. Okay. Well, one is more evolved than another. One is has more, it's quicker. Say in Mercury, let's just say the Quicksilver. What is in their structure, their DNA blueprint, and their purpose of what they're supposed to create? Now we're getting into something else, which is the manifestation. Please do not do this to me right now. I'm trying to just focus on this one part. I don't know if I can do that. Okay, so check this out. When we arrive with the construct of a DNA blueprint of purpose. Within us, we have a set mission and end goal. This set mission and end goal is the universe that put us in this set mission and end goal, because the universe is the one that orchestrates how everything is supposed to come together for us to complete these end goals. Within these end goals, you place variables, multifaceted variables, which means that we have free will, which is going to change how things work. Timelines is going to change. Well, how is this going to catch up with the other person when they're supposed to meet, in happenstances and things of that nature? And then when you go around, you have this one that's supposed to meet this one over here. But what if they choose not to go to the coffee shop at that time? But in the end goal, they must meet. What does that mean? Now we have more variables that the universe has put into each soul. So this one has its own variables of free will that will produce variables of free wills of other ones, which will be triggers that set off this. Pings like that. Like a tower for a phone is what they're telling me. So this one is over here. They're going to have something and they're going to meet at such and such a time. But in reality, they've actually met at the right time, at the right place. Because what is time doing? And what are we doing? We're evolving as we're revolving around our own selves within the universe, within the multiverse, in the parallel universe. Okay, here we go. Next. When a subject comes up about multidimensional beings, let them know how it works. When two or more gather together with the free will of unity consciousness. Yeah, it goes even further down there. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. How about that? When two or more humans gather together with the free will of unity consciousness. So unity consciousness has free will as an individual thing. All right? There is no outside of ourselves, for we each represent a variable of the universe carrying out the orders of God, Source, Conscious. I'll repeat that for you. There is no outside of ourselves, for we each represent the variable of universe carrying out the orders of God, Source, Consciousness. I'll let you grab that. I'm quite sure you're going to have to rewatch this time and time again, bit by bit. Then it's going to open up and make sense. But, there's always a but, right? There's always a but. There is a catch. Ready for this catch? Here we go. One cannot, I'm going to repeat that one part. One cannot go within without mastering a tamed ego conscious. I'm going to repeat this. One cannot go within without mastering a tamed ego consciousness. Conscious, not consciousness, conscious. Otherwise, one is acting out of ego, not heart, mind, space, which is where all the information is filtered from. Okay? It all comes from there. And in a delusion of enlightenment. Okay? So if they just going in like this and not tamed, they're not in here. They're coming from here. They're just talking off the top of their mind. You ever hear some people that be like, what are you saying? You're just talking to hear yourself talk. Or judgmental and all of that. Okay? Or let me give you a clue of something real quick. I'm just going to cut away for a moment. If you're constantly going within yourself, or any being is constantly going within themselves, and the guided information they're receiving is always happy, you're off, okay? You're not channeling. You're not receiving information from your guides. Because no human is perfect. They're purposefully created imperfect. But perfectly imperfect. So I'm going to repeat myself. Each human is purposefully created perfectly imperfect. We're each made with parameters for the human experience. The human experience is comprised of free will. Humans are the only creation created that has free will. Why do you think everybody's trying to get here to Earth School? And not everyone, I'm going to repeat this every time I have the opportunity to let you know, not every being is allowed to come here. It's an honor to come here and experience the human experience, because you're sent here on a mission with a sole purpose. Now do you get it? Okay. And I'm told to use the word direct zip line from source. Let that sit there for a minute. Here we go. This is why just advising someone without training or without spiritual guidance to seek answers from within themselves is dangerous. That's when they're really talking to themselves. Because we ask for guidance for a reason. Because we need, and it's something I don't use, but we need that direction to know what's required here on planetary Earth, because we don't have that exact knowing. No one has all the knowing at all. I know a lot, and there's people out there that can break down what I said down into little molecules and stuff. I don't want to do all that. I'm good right here. I bring it to you. I bring the people who have the little tiny bits like that to the people who don't have any knowledge at all. And I'm the in-between. I'm the go-between to bring it all together to make it make sense so that you can understand its wholeheartedness, its reason. Okay? All right. Here we go. And I don't mean them talking to their higher self or their oversoul. It means that they're talking to their own ego state of mind. Okay. Now, today has been tonight has been an exclusive. It is a more in-depth, remember I said dig deeper, look into what all this really means. Multiverse, multidimensional, and all these things, okay? So going back to the multidimensional thing, let me just hit on that real quick. When they say what dimension are you in, it's basically what variable of free will are you working with? Levels of consciousness. Now we're going into levels of consciousness. That's what it means to be a multi-dimensional being. Where are you in your evolvement? Here we go. Your evolvement in your revolving. Are you up here gravitating as you moving all around, as you rise in the ascension? Here we go. There we go. We're moving, and then you come back down here to deal with the ones that's down here. And you wonder why you don't feel good, because you're dealing with down here. You're evolving. It's like trying to drop you from space, forcing you to come down here. Why would you do that? You don't even have the baggage to comprehend why you would want to be down there. So we're up here, and we're going this way. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm told that I have some light language codes for you guys to work with your crown chakra, to get them to open up. So I'm going to ask everybody to get comfortable. Sit up if you're not. And we're going to do some alternate nostril breathing to receive. All right? You're going to take your right finger and place it to your right nostril. You're going to breathe in through your left nostril. Ready? Hold it. Alternate. Close it off and breathe out through your right nostril. Breathe in through that same right nostril. Hold it. Pinch it off. Breathe out through the left nostril. One more time, please. Now we have both hemispheres engaged. Sit in that for a second. Exhale. Get a little comfortable. All right, here we go. I'm going to set the tone as I work with my singing bowls. Now this one is for the crown chakra, with a tone of B, from what I'm told. Close your eyes, please, and listen to the tone and tune in. Simply state to yourself, I am open and ready to receive all that's holy in the light for the greatest and highest good of my soul. Open your eyes, please. Here it comes. Devi utukunama akabayata satiti utukutsulamakate. Devium ko e devium ko on devium ko dabiakabatsawa. De vetsekatarieta skodrama akatsane bio kotsuno dolce de si in kiono koa. Dat sanabe a kotsoname a katsanabe a kashon neveto sukotaname a katsoni be a cheni. Dit sikatichu. Bakatsane, ek chikatot sukonama akatsane be a she, it sikate inini ikatsuno. Devioto sukonana baka, det sikavio no kodromavate, it sim viotu sukunamabache, a kitsinibi, a kashini viototsu, a chenche, a kitsiniti, it's a kenny ishi anokotsu, koanapakatsete. Dama o konsanabe a kitsuno uboe batse. And so it is. Here we go. This concludes this sermon lecture for the evening. Love to all. Peace to all. Wonders to thee. Ciao.